in Denmark, they're halfway through building the new ship, with months of hard labor ahead. But 50 yards away, her sister ship, Maersk, is almost completed. But the key mission of a container ship is to carry cargo. And this morning, shipbuilders Bo Christensen and Lars Conradsen have to conduct a crucial test of the ship's cargo holds. The yellow cage they're riding in is the test device. It's built to the exact dimensions of a standard 40-foot container. The crane operator maneuvers the test cage so it slides into one of the pairs of rails that line the walls of the 77-foot deep cargo hold. The containers can be stacked 9 deep. Will check the fit between rails and container. No more than 4 millimeters clearance on either side, or they'll have to cut off the rails and reposition them, which could delay the completion date. They also measure the distance between the rail and the reference point on the container. Anything between 39 and 27 millimeters is fine. If the other cargo holds check out and the rest of the work gets done, the Maersk can begin her sea trials in just 5 days. To reach the sea, they'll first have to maneuver the ship out of the tiny harbor, and that's going to be extremely difficult. Back at Long Beach, with time running out, the work on the Hanjin Washington has fallen seriously behind schedule. Jeff, the day superintendent, is going to have his hands full trying to finish on time.
It's not going good. Last night they had a bad night on it, and today we have a lot of discharge coming off the ship going to wheels, which always is a slower operation, especially when you throw the traffic out in the yard. And we'll be discharging up till probably 1700 today, 5 o'clock. So that's on a finish up. That's a little scary because we call them must makes. We have to get the cargo off the ship and get all the cargo on the ship. So it'll go down to the wire.
Out on the dock, Jeff and Eric have come up with a plan. They've asked for more longshoremen and another crane. Now Jeff thinks he'll have a fighting chance to meet the schedule. Back in Denmark, the Maersk is getting ready to depart for her sea trials. '20-year veteran Peter Koch will captain the ship when it reaches the open sea. But it's up to the pilot, Steen Finsen, to guide it out of the harbor.
The challenge here is that it's an enormous, huge ship, and the way we have to take it out is very bended, and it's very narrow, and we have some limitations with wind and current.
The harbor is too shallow to start the propeller, so the ship will be moved out by tugboats. They'll tow her backwards because there isn't enough deep water to turn her around. first hour passes without incident. But the toughest part of the trip lies straight ahead. To reach open water, the pilot will have to slide the mammoth ship through the harbor's narrow entrance.
It's about 100 meters wide, and the ship is 43 meters wide. So we'll have about 20 meters, 30 meters on the sides.
And as if that weren't difficult enough, they'll also have to wait for the tides to be just right.
If the current is coming in with a level about 1 knot, it's almost impossible to get out because it is working against the turn we have to do.
Finally, the pilot says it's time to go. As the tugs rev up their engines, Captain Koch has his concerns.
It'll be nice when this is over and can start to breathe more freely.
The tugs are doing just 3 knots. Even sped up 300 times, the enormous ship takes 15 seconds to go by. Agonizing minutes later, they're only halfway through the gap. Finally, looking back over the ship's bow, the captain can see the harbor recede. They're through. If everything else goes well, the Adrian Maersk will begin calling at container ports around the world in just a few weeks. Back at Long Beach, it looks like Jeff's luck has finally turned around.
It's now 18:30 on Wednesday night, and we're finished. The last couple hours actually went really smooth. Cargo operations done and lashing approved by the chief mate, so we're good to go. That's it. All completed.
2,760 containers moved off and 1,363 containers put back on in just 48.5 hours. But the numbers are going to keep growing. By the year 2010, most of the container ships calling at Long Beach will be the size of the Adrian Maersk and bigger. Ships like the Hanjin Washington will gradually become a thing of the past.
The structures once deemed impossible come together to change your world. Extreme tunnels, extreme bridges, extreme buildings. Seem incredible? Think again, because your future is under construction now. Get into Extreme Engineering, now on DVD. For only $21.95 plus shipping and handling, you can have this episode of Extreme Engineering delivered to your door. To order, go to Discovery.com or call 1-800-293-8900. Let Discovery Channel entertain.